Oh, hi there. Are you trying to sneak in to see what my top 5 foundations for 2024 is? Are you being sneaky? Are you trying to just sneak in on me and catch me doing that? Hi, my name is Gabe, and this is GabeLuvsMakeup. Welcome to my channel and my screwy self. We're so glad to have you here. I had so many of you request for the 2024 top 5 foundations. I wasn't going to do it, but you guys kept insisting. So I have, let's see, 3 honorable mentions and then a top 5. So if you guys want to know what my top 5 foundations were and my honorable mentions, then stick around and let's do it together. Okay, guys, because I know there's going to be some people that's going to ask me what is on my lips. So this is a Lancome. It's an eyeliner, and it's called Ruby Fever. They came out with it during fall, and I got one of them, and it's like this really raisin berry kind of lip liner or lip eyeliner, blah, blah, blah. But I use it as a lip liner. So I use the lip liner, and I use the Westman Atelier this bougie lipstick. Is called Lip Suede, and it's in LFG is the name of the color. And they come out like this. They're so pretty, but I just had to show you guys. I know somebody's going to ask me. They're super creamy. I was really shocked. I thought they were going to be more matte, but they're not that creamy. I did do the Natasha Denona, the Golden Glimmer Gloss. I did do that over top of it. So that's what's giving it the glimmer. But anyway, what do you think? I like it. It's really pretty. I had a red sweater on, and the red wasn't matching the pink. I should have changed sweaters, but I can't get in my closet now because I got so much crap around me. But anyway, it looks really pretty. And we're getting ready to do an eye look in a little while, but with a brand new palette that's going to be coming out. But it should be out before this video. So anyway, but we'll be doing a new eye look with that. So anyway. So if you guys want to know what my top 5 foundations of 2024 were, again, like I said in the beginning of the intro, everybody wanted me to do one. I had a few requests that really, really wanted me to do it, so I thought I would do it really fast because it shouldn't be a super long video, but anyway, I've got some honorable mentions before that, so let's dive into those first. So the first one I wanted to mention, honorable mention, was the About Face. I got it in the shade it's called the Performer Foundation. I got it in M2 Cool. This is a really beautiful foundation. And not only that, it's not super expensive. I think she's around $15, $14. It was at Ulta. Cause I know that this is Halsey's brand. And I think it's still there if I'm not mistaken, or still online. I will leave a link down below if you guys want to check it out, but it is a really good one. I'm sorry, I got the other one in my hand. Because I've got my desk. Either way, I'm filming a little different today. But it's got a doe foot on it. So I actually reviewed this earlier in the year. I think it came out in like January or February of last year. But it's a really good foundation. It's really pretty. It reminds me of another one that we're going to be talking about a little bit better. Although that one is just a little bit better and a little bit juicier. But this one is a really beautiful foundation. You can use it as concealer and everything. It is really nice. So if you're looking for a really good foundation, but you don't want to spend a ton of money, this one's a really good one. The other one I wanted to give honorable mention to is that I like this foundation, but it's not my favorite foundation. I mean, it's this is the Patrick Ta. It's what is it called? Major Skin Hydrolux Luminous Foundation. You know, sometimes his stuff is not, it's just a bunch of hype, I think. And I don't know I know he doesn't pay people, or I wouldn't think he would, but he just has a lot of hype around his products a lot of times, and I think it makes people just really want it. And then when you get it, it's not always what you think it's going to be. I mean, I've only had like maybe 2 or 3 wows from him. I have a little wows from him, and the foundation is no exception. I mean, it is a nice foundation. It's radiant. It's dewy. But to me, the dew goes away. So if you're dry, you absorb the moisture in it because it has a lot of skincare in it, and you kind of absorb it. Or it absorbs into my skin, and then by the end of the day, it's not as pretty, and the foundation doesn't last. Like, it lasts about 3-4 hours on me. It doesn't last a long time. It's really pretty, like, if you want to do, like, it's more of like a skin tint, kind of, even though it's got some coverage. I don't know. It's a very unique foundation. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad whatsoever, and I know there are a lot of people that absolutely love it, but But I have to say, this one, it's worth mentioning. I mean, it's worth mentioning. Is it worth to go out and spend the money on it? I wouldn't. If you want to, I would get a sample before I would try it. But it's good. I mean, it's not a bad foundation, but it's good. It's worth mentioning. The next one that I wanted to, I wore this a lot over the summer and absolutely loved it. And it's considered a foundation, but I consider it more of a primer slash a highlighter, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Sheer Glow Tint. It's basically her Flawless Filter in a stick, basically. And it does look really good on its own. It is really pretty, but it's still very, very light. It's very sheer. To me, it looks better under a foundation. But it is great on the days you just want to do like a grocery store look. It's great for that. But I have to say it is really good. Actually, it's lighter to me than the Flawless Filter. It's glowier than the Flawless Filter. You get quite a bit of product in it. I mean, I'm still like going through mine. I got it in shade M7. But it's just gorgeous. It is really beautiful. It's so pretty. So I got the lipstick on me. But you can see it's just really beautiful. It's got this really pretty glow. It's great as a highlighter too. It looks really nice. But this is a great worth mentioning. So if you've looked at it and you're kind of thinking about it and you don't like makeup, but you want like a little bit more of a glowy look, you would really like this one because it is really good. So now we're ready to talk about our top 5 that we were wanting to talk about that we haven't talked about yet. So starting off with that, let's start off with the Born This Way, which is the soft matte. It says oil control foundation on it. It's more of a soft matte formula. Don't let the oil control fool you, because that's what fooled me when it first came out. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be very matte, and it's going to be very tacky, and it's not going to feel good on the skin. This foundation is beautiful. It's like a satin. It's not really a super matte. It's almost kind of like more of a luminous matte. I'll put it that way. It reminds me of the original Born This Way foundation that comes in the big bottle. It has that satin feel to it. It feels very luxurious on the skin. It goes into the skin really beautifully. It stays on all day impeccably. It dries down really nicely. It doesn't dry down, and especially if you do really good skincare underneath it. I love to pair it with this one underneath it, and it does a beautiful job together. It says it's a 24-hour wear. I've never really wore 24 hours, but it does stay on really good all day long. So if you have a long day, it does stay on really good. It says it has the hyaluronic acid in it. It's sweat and humidity resistant. All the good things, but a lot of us don't wear foundation that long, but it does stay on really well. It does stay on long. And I was really, really impressed with it. I have this in the shade Praline. It comes with the pump. It's just a really all over good foundation. I think this was totally overlooked last year. I don't think enough people talked about this foundation. But it's just immaculate, and I love it. It's a really good one, especially during the summer. It's really nice. And then number 4 is this is the Dior Forever Skin Perfect, and it's the stick foundation. They also have a contour stick in this, so please don't get those mixed up. I think, let me see, do I have it? So this is the contour stick. So the contour stick comes in a matte. This comes in a more of a shiny tube. So these come in, I think there's like 4 or 5 colors in these. I have this one in the shade medium. I have it on now. I love these. They're really great. But the stick is really beautiful. It gives a really beautiful glow. I have this one in the shade 4N, and it blends into the skin really beautifully. So when you blend it in, it doesn't dry down super dewy, but it doesn't dry down super matte either. It has a really pretty natural finish. So even if you're more combination oily, you could really get a benefit out of this product. So you could use it. So it depends also too on the primer. If you want it more glowy, you could do something like this or something more really radiant underneath it. If you want to do it more matte, you could do something more like a mattifying primer underneath it to mattify it out more, and then use more powder over top of it. These last all day. It does leave a beautiful finish on the skin. Your skin looks gorgeous all day long. It usually doesn't move. It doesn't make the claim that, or I don't think it makes a claim that it's like transfer resistant and all that kind of stuff, but it is really good. I mean, if it does, then please forgive me because I don't have everything in front of me, but the logistics of what it does, but It's amazing. It does stay on really good. Every time I wear it, I get compliments. It's very juicy. It's very pretty on me when I wear it, especially with my skincare and everything. I really enjoy it. So this one's in my number 4. So number 3, the top 3 of last year. I didn't try a ton of foundation, by the way, last year, but the one that I found, I really enjoyed. So I'm so happy with the one that I have because thank God I didn't really get any duds last year. I don't know, did I return anything? I don't know if I did or not. I don't think I did. I think I kept everything that I bought last year. So that's really impressive. So, I mean, I have to say. So my number 3 is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation. Now I have the primer in this too. The primer is nice. It does give a little bit more of a mattifying quality. And if you use the primer underneath it and put the foundation over it, it does give more of that really airbrushed, tight look, like your pores look tighter, everything looks tighter. You don't look as dewy, you look more mattified. But I use it in more of a radiant sense. So if I do the primer, I may do a little bit maybe on my nose, maybe. But for the most part, I do more of something like this, or I'll do a flawless filter or something like that underneath it. I have a few different primers that I love that I use with this one. And sometimes I'll take a drop of oil and mix with this just to give it a little bit more radiant. But this one is really pretty. It comes in a dropper form. It comes with a dropper. I have mine in the shade, let's see, Butter Pecan is the one I have it in. And see, she's kind of liquidy, but it goes in so pretty in the skin. Now, I've heard a lot of people with mixed results on this foundation. Some people really loved it. Some people hated it. So if you're really dry, some people that were drier didn't really like this, but to me, it just goes, look how pretty that is. It just looks really beautiful to me. And usually I will take a little, like I said, a little bit of oil with it, and it just makes it look just luminous. And I usually do it with a damp sponge because that's normally how I like to apply foundation. It's just really super good. It stays on all day. You look really impeccable with it, whether you powder it or you don't. I've used it with different powders. I've used it with Huda's actual powder. I have Cherry Blossom and I have Pound Cake, so I use this one. I've used it with the Snatch one. I've used it with Chanel powder. I've used it with different powders, and it's worked great with different powders. It's just a really overall foundation, and I think it's like $30 or something. I can't remember, but it's not over the top expensive, but it's really nice. I probably would recommend it more to normal combination oily skin. I think they would like it. Dry skin, if I'm very dry like me, you just need to really, really prep well. Make sure you really moisturize, make sure you do really good serums, all the good things, and you use a really good illuminating primer, or you mix a little drop of oil with it. If you do that, it goes on beautifully and you would absolutely love it. So we're up to number 2. So my number 2 last year was a big surprise because I wasn't expecting it to like it as much as I did. And that is, this is the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. She is stunning. Now, Natasha, when she came out with this, or maybe the foundation came out first and then this came out after. So this is the Hygiene, it's the Hygiene highlighter. It is really beautiful and it's really pretty. So she typically will take it and buff it all over skin, which I have done, by the way. I've tried this many different ways. I've tried this with her Hygiene serum, and then I buffed this all over, and then I put this over top of it. I've done this over just top of moisturizer and other things. Oh my God, I'm dropping stuff. I've tried this many different ways. It's just a really beautiful buttery powder. So when you put it on, it's very smooth and it's very it's very smooth. Like it almost feels like a creamed powder, but it's not. It's just really, and it magically goes into the skin. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look heavy. It's amazing over blemishes. So if you have blemishes, you can put a little bit over top of the blemish if you've done foundation and you just want to add a little bit to get more coverage to make sure that it's going to stay on, because sometimes when you use a powder over a blemish, it sticks better. It does have like it's not really super matte to me. It's like it just looks like when it goes on, it looks like it's going to be matte, but then it turns into like skin It's pretty wet and it's pretty dry. It's pretty, either way you do it. It does come with a little puff up underneath it, which I usually try to keep clean most of the time I try to wash it. You can wash these, by the way, in your wash if you want to, but it does come with one of those, and it comes with a little mirror underneath it or whatever. I have this in the shade MP10. Love this over the summer. It is so gorgeous over the summer. It stays on all day. It doesn't crease or cake or look heavy. It's just really beautiful. I can't speak enough about this powder. This powder really showed me. I cannot wait for her to come out with the liquid. I'm so excited, and I'm hoping she does it this year. I hope so. So far I've heard more palettes coming out. Haven't heard anything more about a foundation. Maybe she's keeping it under wraps, but I hope she comes up the liquid, because if she does, you guys know I'm going to be all on that stuff when it comes out, because I'm so excited about her coming out with the liquid. Can't even tell you when I see it. I'm going to be like, I'm so excited. But anyway, I do really love this. This is my number 2 of last year. Still use it. Still loving it. It's absolutely amazing. Right. So it's time for my number 1 of 2024. And you guys are going to be surprised. You're going to be really surprised when I tell you, because you're going to be like, what? It's like, so anyway, we were talking about Born This Way. And if you guys didn't know, I also loved this powder here, the Too Faced, the Born This Way, the Soft Blur powder for under eye setting, or just setting your makeup with it very lightly. It's very pretty. It's a beautiful under eye. It's great. And we talked about the Born This Way. So it's really funny that this particular product is not Born This Way, or Too Faced, but it's made by the makers of Too Faced. So they went on and did another company called Polite Society, and my top foundation was the More Than a Pretty Face foundation last year. It's so good. It's so good. It came out at the beginning of the year last year, and it gives like a medium to a medium full coverage. It's really beautiful. It comes in a little egg, and it comes with a little top on it, just like so. It was very underrated last year. Like, I don't think enough people talked about it, but this foundation is so pretty. It's so juicy and so satin-like, but yet it's got a beautiful glow to it. It stays on all day long. It looks amazing on dry skin. It's really good. I probably would not recommend it for very oily people, because it's got more of that glow to it, but it's just really beautiful. I'm going to try to take a little bit of a pump here and let you guys just see what it kind of looks like. Now, this is the shade medium tan, so I was a little darker, but you guys can see I've lost a little bit of my color, but I still make it work, because it still blends into my skin. I could still make it, because it blends so beautifully, but look how beautiful that is. And then when you just use it, I'm going to take a little bit of my sponge over it, and I'm just going to show you when you use it with a little bit of a damp sponge. Look at that. See the difference? Look how pretty that is. See how it just went into my skin really beautifully? It just looks so pretty. I'm just telling you. It's like an invisible shield you put over your face, and it just makes everything look flawless. I don't know what it is about it, but it's something magical about it. I don't know if it doesn't really, I don't think it has really much of a smell or anything, but it's just gorgeous. I can't talk enough about how good it is. It's like, every time I wear it, I get the most compliments. It just, the way it wears all day, how it sets all day. I don't have a problem with it ever worrying about it. Like, if I want something that I know that's going to stay on really well, this is definitely one of those to do. It's just so good. I just can't speak enough about it. So if you guys have not tried this, and you are looking maybe for a new foundation, and you want something a little radiant, but you don't want it to be too over the top radiant, but you want something really healthy looking, but it gives you a little coverage, and it doesn't break the bank either. I want to say it's like $38 or $40, I believe. It's not crazy. It's not like real expensive. And it's got quite a few colors in it. I did a review, if I remember. I'll try to post it up here, back when it first came out, comparing it with the About Face, and it's just so good. I just can't tell enough about it. This one was definitely one of my top favorites. I know I'm not like everybody else. I don't, normally choose things that everybody else does. I usually don't go with the grain with what everybody else says. Usually it's all on my own opinion. I would like to know down below if you tried any new foundations, what you thought this year, what your favorites were. That would be great. I love to hear you guys' comments and your feedback and you guys talking with each other and you know, expressing what worked for you and what didn't work for you and what you liked and what you didn't like. It's always nice to hear. So if you tried this foundation, let me know. That if you tried any of these foundations, let me know down below, or let us know down below, because that's what this community is all about. Because this channel is not just my channel, it's your channel. So I always try to remind everybody that. Sometimes I forget to say it, but you know, it's just the way I kind of view you guys. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to please subscribe if you have not. If you haven't, we would love to have you as part of our little family here. If you like this little crazy kookiness going on, you know, it's so funny because people are like, you know, where are you going to go with this? I'm like, I go straight to my sink and I wash all this off. Because I will wear foundation out, like, you know, and maybe a lip balm, and sometimes I'll wear a little mascara or something if I do something on my eyes, but I don't do brows and I don't do eye makeup and I don't do all that when I go out. But I just like to have fun with makeup. That's what it's all about. I've been a makeup artist for a really long time and I just really enjoy it. So that's just what it is. All here in this community, that's what we're all about. It's just having fun, enjoying color, everything, you know, regardless of what age you are, because I'm 53. And let me tell you, I will put on some bright eyeshadow. Let me tell you, I love it. And the bright lips, I think you need to have fun with makeup. That's what it's all about. So anyway, with that said, guys, we are done. Hope you enjoyed this. You know, be safe, be strong, be proud, stand tall, love yourself. Remember to tell somebody today that you love them, because life is way too short. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Peace out. Bye.